some noise now with the Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, whom most of you know, I think. We welcome him back.
So, how is everyone today?
Yes.
So one thing I need to ask, does everyone have an envelope? Is there anyone here who did not yet get one? Okay, because this is going to be very key for what we're going to do tonight. But I'm going to get to that momentarily. Question for you. The entire reason why we're here is to talk about letting go of stuff. Right? Like that's the ultimate thing for a bowl burning ceremony, is to let go of stuff. But the key question is, do you really know what you want to let go of? Now, think deeper than surface. Because we're real easy and we're real comfortable with thinking about, well, I've got about 15,000 things that I would love to let go of and move into the new year. And that's great to have this list of things. But it's more than just a list of what am I letting go of, what am I burning. Because an important thing that we often do not think about is to let go of is to welcome in. When we burn something from the ashes, something must rise. And we know nature abhors a vacuum. So if we make room for something by letting go of, what are we making room for? Because oftentimes, I speak to people throughout the year and people are mad and they're frustrated and they're whatever that is, I don't even know what emotion that is. But they're because whatever it was they let go of has returned. It's like, but I burned it last year. I wrote it and it was in paragraph form and I did it in prose and it came back by March. And we don't realize why. And it's simply because you didn't have something new to really welcome in. Because it's real easy to say, I'm letting go of the painful memories of 2016. We'll just say arbitrarily. I'm letting go of all the pain of 2016. There was this, and this, and all of this stuff caused great pain for me, and I want to let it go. Great. But what's replacing it? And to simply say, because one of the things we're going to do is, in your envelope, there's a sheet of paper for you to write what 2017 is going to be for you. And we have to dig really deep. We have to go beneath the surface to say, not just what is this going to be for me, but why is this going to be what it is for me? Because we go throughout a lot of things in our lives and we don't have very clear purpose, mission, vision related stuff as to why we do what we do. So it's very, very that this is what I'm letting go of, to welcome this in. Now, one of the things that, for those who saw the email or the Facebook post, the title of this thing that I'm doing right now was supposed to be, anybody remember, anybody know? My barn has burned down. Now I can see the stars, I can see the sky, I can see the moon. So this thing has burned down. My barn, my house, my home, my whatever structure, 4 walls, a floor, and a ceiling, roof. And it's gone. I have let it go. Because it's real easy for me to be in it, and for it to burn down, and for my gaze to be here. But this is where the kitchen was. This is where my library was. I had 7,000 books, and they're all gone. But Scripture says, I will raise my eyes, for that is where my help comes. From raising my gaze, raising my consciousness, elevating my state of being, and realizing that this is not what it's about. This was about lack and limitation. That is about infinite possibilities and potential. That's what I'm welcoming into 2017. I'm letting go of the pain of 2016, and I am opening everything that I am to the joy of what today offers, to the love that today brings, to the friendship that today has for me. And if I'm not really clear and I'm just letting go of, why am I doing it? I decide I want to skydive. Yay, I'm going to jump out of a plane and have a parachute and fall toward the ground at 7,000 miles an hour. Yay. Why? Somewhere in me there must be something I am seeking to gain from this. So this bowl burning ceremony is an amazingly powerful thing, but you get to determine how powerful it truly is. Because I promise you, every single one of us, is there anyone who's never done this before? Like this is your first time? Okay, so I promise you right now that if you write something on the paper and you are sincere that this is what I no longer desire to see, show up, experience in my life, and you are legitimately, sincerely ready to let it go, it will fade. Does that mean it will never... Hello? Yeah, it's me. It's painfulness. Yeah, I left some stuff in the spare room, and I just want to get it. That's all. I just want to get it. I'm not going to stay. I'm not trying to move in. I just want to get my stuff, and I'll leave. But in the length of time that it takes it to go from the front door to the spare room to get its luggage to get out, you have to see it, smell it, hear it. And that's going to be uncomfortable. But trust and believe, it will go. It's not invited to stay anymore if you make that determination. So that's important to know. For the rest of us who have done this, you already know that when you're ready, it has no choice but to be. We talk about bamboo and the length of time that it takes bamboo to grow. And you plant it, and you wait, and you wait. Anybody in here experienced bamboo before? And you wait, and it's under the ground, and it's like, not yet. Nope. Not yet. Not today either. And it takes time, But when it's ready, it's like, I'm getting ready. Boom! And then it shoots into the sky. It goes to 7,000 feet, and it's unbreakable. But it takes time while it's under here. So we already know that what is this saying? That an idea whose time has come cannot be stopped. And we have to understand that we are literally an idea in the mind of God. We are a spark of divinity. We are creation in human form. And the moment something pops into our mind and our hearts, it is time for us to say, painful memories have burned down. I can see the joy. Health issues that I've had in 2016 have burned to the ground, and I see health and well-being. Painful relationships that have held me down and beat me senseless have burned down. Now I can see the love and compassion that I know I deserve. Financial issues and worries and stuff have burned down. And now I open and I see the infinite possibilities of wealth, of affluence, and prosperity. But we have to be willing to look for it. And when I say, we look up, it's a thing in consciousness. Raising our gaze in consciousness, knowing that right here within each and every one of us, whatever you call it, God, Allah, Source, the Force for us Star Wars folks, whatever you call it. Figured I'd have somebody raise their hand. Whatever you call it, it is you. And I know let me speak for myself. There are days that Ray will wake up in the morning and the last thing that Ray feels like is God. Now, there are some days that I wake up and I know I'm God. But that's a different conversation. That's for service tomorrow maybe. But there are days that I wake up and I don't feel divine. I wake up and there are aches and pains, and there are phone calls to family members that I have to make about painful things that But the moment I pause and give myself the moment to realize I'm not breathing, Meaning I'm not making my lungs do what they do. I'm not making my heart do what it does. Something greater than this fleshy thing is breathing me. And when I yield into that, then I know. I know that I am, and I know that if I am, it is. And what we know that it is all there is, and it is good. And if it is all there is, then it is me. And if it is good, and all there is, and is me, then I too am good. And the more I can sink into that and allow that to wash over me, my barn has burned down. And matter of fact, I got another barn that I'm going to burn down. Because I have all of this to now bring into and accept into my life. So the thing is, in your envelope, you're going to find multiple sheets of paper, some small sheets and a large sheet. Small sheet, what do you want to burn? What do you want to let go of? What do you want to no longer be, do, or have? What do you no longer want to experience? And I mean on a deep, deep level. And I don't mean because you may say, well, I want to let go of my job. Because I know that somewhere there is a right livelihood for me, and this isn't it. This is a stepping stone, but I've been on this stone far too long, and the tides are rising, and I'm ready to go. So I want to let it go. But I'm very, very afraid that opportunity isn't knocking right now, and if I leave this right now, then how am I going to pay this, that, and the other? And you know what? I want to let go of the fear of, the worry of, the stress of trying to have to figure everything out. That's what I write that down. So it's not just think about this one element, but go a little deeper and say, well, what is it about this? So if there's a relationship, I want to let this relationship go. It's not healthy. Go even beyond that and say, why did I allow this relationship? Because I didn't love me enough to see the red flags. I didn't love me enough to establish boundaries so that my family members or friends or whomever couldn't hurt me. Because somewhere within me, I was hurting myself. So what I really want to let go of is self-loathing, low self-worth. Because ultimately, the moment I let that go of, every relationship that is no longer serving me has to fade away. But if I let go of this relationship and I don't fix the self-loathing, then what happens with the next relationship I get into? It's a repeat. So what do I really want to let go of? So identify this, but then go behind it and find out what is the energy that's really propelling this. And then choose to write it down. And choose to let it go. And choose what are you now picking up. So I let go of this and I take on, I love myself. I take on that the right and perfect job that is paying me what I know I am worth, even if I don't know that I'm worth it, is what I am inviting in. And that goes on your full sheet of paper. What do you intend, desire, demand that 2017 be for you? What do you want to experience in 2017? What do you want to be, do, and have in 2017? Knowing also that at any moment you get the right to choose again. So if you choose to let go of something tonight, you can have your own private bowl burning ceremony next Tuesday if something else pops up. Or heck, contact me. I don't have a problem showing up at your backyard. We can set some stuff on fire. I'm good. I'll bring my own lighter and stuff. We're good. Okay? So realize that you are infinitely creative. And as the reading tonight said, you, not only do you have an imagination, but you are imagination itself. You have the ability to create entire worlds. I mean, I often mention J.K. Rowling, and I love the woman. She's on my list of people to meet. Because I'm a Harry Potter fanatic. I'm sorry. No, I'm not really. So, the fact that this woman created this entire world that I buy into. Like, I have a wand at home. Actually, I have 4. But like I have, don't laugh at me. Y'all know me. Don't play. I mean, a couple of people don't know me yet, but you know me, you know. So don't play. So, like, I have stuff. The fact that this woman created all of this magical stuff that I buy into and love demonstrates our creativity. George Lucas. Star Wars. Rogue One. I am with the Force and the Force is with me. Live long and prosper, Gene Roddenberry. I mean, it goes on and on. Everything that any single individual has ever created, musically, literary writing, just film, each and every one of us has, right here and right here. So you have the ability to change, transcend, transform, and transmogrify any and every aspect of your life, the moment you choose to. And tonight is that moment to choose what is one thing, at least one thing, that I am truly ready. Let this go. And not letting it go because it has power over me per se, but letting it go because it needs to make way for this. Because this is what I want. You have taken up far too much time in my life, whatever you are. Far too much time. Be gone before a house falls on you. Because I'm making room for this. Focus on what you want. Live for what you want. Have that as your vision, your mission, and your purpose, and anything that does not serve you has no choice but to fade away. And so it is. So at this moment, we will now have singing bowls for you to meditatively and contemplatively begin to write down what it is you desire to let go of. Then on the full sheet of paper, once again, write what you want 2017 to be. We're going to eventually make our way outside to burn what no longer serves. And then you are going to put the full sheet of paper back into the envelope, address it to yourself, and then 6 months later, UBB will mail it to you for you to be able to say, so, it's in my handwriting. I wrote this. What did I say that... Okay, I didn't do this yet. This is my reminder to get on track. Or, wow, I actually am living the life that I desire and deserve. Have at it.